So let's look into the parts of spherical lenses. So I have a list of names with their respective denotation. So first thing is your center of curvature of a lens. So first thing first, why is it called the center? It is centered to what? See, we know that these lenses are made up of two spheres, 1 and 2. And each of this sphere has their center. This being the center of the first one, I guess, and this is the second one, right? So this two things, this two part of the lenses are made up of part of two imaginary spheres, right? And that center is your center of curvature. So this and this is your center of curvature. Okay, so for this sphere, this is the center, and for this sphere, this is the center, right? Make sense? So for this is the center, and for this, you can see it getting highlighted. This is the center. Okay, so not done a very good job. Kind of lost it. Anyways, right? So those are your centers, and same thing with your concave as well. So it's made up of two spheres, and each of the sphere have their own respective centers, right? For this is the center, and for this is the center. And these two part of the lens have their respective centers at one end and at another at the other end, right? So there are two centers, and this is called as, these two points are called as your centers of the curvature of the lenses. So we have two centers of curvature denoted by C1 and C2. C1 and C2. Also denoted by 2F1 and 2F2, where F stands for your focal point, right? Principal focus. Okay, I used to think it's principal, it is principal. I was wrong. So 2F1 and 2F2, right? So this is your center of curvature of the lenses. Then is your principal axis. It is nothing but that imaginary line that crosses your center of curvature, focus, and the center of optical center. That is a line which goes in the center of the lens. Basically this green line for this convex lens. Okay, so you can see that it goes in the center, right? And this red line when it comes to this concave lenses. Okay, that's your principal axis. Next is your optical center. It's pretty much the center of the lenses. Okay, so it's in the middle of the lens. So in this case, it's over there, and here also it's in the middle only. So it's over here, right? Okay, so this is your center, is it not? So please understand, it's not on the lens, it's inside it, right? Okay, so it's inside it. Then your principal focus, it's between your center of curvature and optical center. So exactly in the middle is your principal focus. Okay, so here too you have F1 and F2, right? Then when it comes to measurement, we have the first thing, aperture. It's from one end to the other end of the any given lens. So basically this one, that's your aperture, right? So from this end to this end is your aperture. Then radius of curvature. So radius of curvature means nothing but radius, right? So the radius of this imaginary sphere is your radius of curvature. It's basically from the one end of the center of curvature to the optical center. Basically this length is your radius of curvature, right? It's approximate actually. It's not exact. It's approximate. To be frank, this should have been the radius of curvature, but this lenses are very thin lens. That's why we take it till the optical center. And the difference between these 2 points is not much. Physically over here, yes, we can see the difference, but everything is measured from the optical center. Okay. So, and over here, it's the same thing from here to here. This length is your radius of curvature. You can ask a question, sir, why not from this end to that end? Same thing over here. Well, what we are learning is we are taking lenses which have the same radius of curvature. Both this part have the same radius of curvature. Yes, we can have different ones, but we are not learning that. We are looking at lenses with the same radius of curvature. Okay, and the focal length is nothing but half of it. So from here till here is your focal length. So from here till here is your focal length. So this is F, and all this is your R and R. Right? So these are your parts of spherical lenses. So please pause and have a look. And yes, you need to copy all of it.